Maybe you can find something in Waco that will suit your needs.
Oh, yeah, Waco.
Trailer in Waco. I'm sure there's some.
That's living the dream.
It's, let me tell you, we're back to the Power Hour. I'm Louis Amistoy, and this is Sully from
That would be the
Pixel Field.
famous David Sullivan.
Sully.
Sully.
Yeah.
Yeah, take your pick.
Sully is here sitting in for Scott Schweitzer, who is on vacation or he's doing something important.
It's a business trip over to the coast, he told me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
He
Yeah, you
literally
go
called
by
me
San
2
Maria,
hours ago.
you meet with somebody and you write it off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know who's over there on the who's on a business trip on the coast too is the other guy, Blake Bowser. He's over there too.
Well, somewhere on the coast.
Yeah,
We don't know which coast.
Not sure where he's at.
Well, we talked about it during the break, and Steve went on vacation. Mike's been on vacation.
Yep.
You haven't. I haven't.
nope.
I don't know. I guess we don't get vacations,
Nope.
but
Nope, no vacations for us. And you basically have to work every weekend.
yeah, every Saturday, and so we don't go anywhere till you can stop that, Mike. Until October, actually.
Nice.
Yeah, so don't mind them.
You got a big weekend last weekend.
Yeah, we did. We had the IMC Modifieds there. The SoCal Enduro, which was the first time they've ran. It's a new upstart program. Some guys in Ridgecrest put it together. Unfortunately, we only had 6 cars.
Right.
So we shortened it to 30 laps, and we put like 800 million tons of water on the track infield and out on the third mile. And it was a lot of fun.
Was it?
Yeah, we need some more cars. They come back in September. They're basically a mini stock is what it is, with a guaranteed purse of $300 to win. So, kind of an eventful modified main event. We had the Mini Dwarfs were with us.
Right.
It was good to see them back. It's been a while since we've seen them. So,
well, let's get right to the pictures and all the good stuff. This is just a cool picture. I left it in there because it's cool. It's a little bit different from Tom Mock. It shows you the beauty of Bakersfield Speedway. And coming up this weekend, Modifieds, Pro Stocks, American Stocks, Mini Stocks, CDCRA, and NMRA. Do you ever have a favorite there? Do you ever look forward to one, or just Modifieds, Pro Stocks, or just what catch when you? Because I've done announcing before in my career. There's certain events that I kind of look forward to.
right.
What
For me, it's hobby stocks. I just think it's a staple of dirt tracks throughout the country.
Yeah.
And we even run them last. And there was always a good car count,
Yeah.
a good solid, cars, and it's always very competitive. Sport mods and modifieds are fast and very exciting when you get guys going 3 wide, not touching.
Yeah.
But my favorite is hobbies.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's hobbies. Yeah.
What do you think, Griff?
The hobbies are a solid division for sure. I kind of like the modifieds or sport mods. Just a little more speed, a good field of modifieds or sport mods. And I think when you get to the Bud Nationals in the fall, you can't beat the modifieds. Late models will be strong there. They've been down all year on the weekly shows or the monthly shows, but modifieds at the Bud Nationals can be quite the show.
I personally, I kind of find the late models to be really a lot of fun, But I was actually watching one of those World of Outlaw races on TV the other night, and I found myself kind of peeking up a couple times, Actually, I was at a restaurant, and they was on, and I was like, kept looking, looking, watching, those guys, and just thinking about my experience at Bakersfield Speedway watching those guys run. I mean, they are so fast and so powerful.
Well, we have what we call Race Saver Sprints.
Yeah.
That are coming, I don't know, every month or so. And that division has really grown. And if you take a look at them, you think it's a 360 sprint.
Wow.
They're beautiful cars. They scale everything down. There's hardly any controls in the cockpit like a World of Outlaws has or the 410s, But they're gorgeous cars, and they go really fast. And now we're getting a car count finally. For last year, we started the program. And those are really exciting to watch. So now you brought up announcing. I wanted to tell you I left last time. I had a great time, and I want to invite Lewis to Bakersfield Speedway to call a couple races. I think he'd be great, Mike. What do you think?
I think, he could quit traveling. He's always gone on weekends anymore. He used to stick around town. He used to go out there and do these things. And I think his wife said, "Niet." And now he's in Santa Barbara. He's at the coast. He's down in the Inland Empire
Maybe
every
there's a
weekend.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
And come down. Like I said, it's right here.
I think that's a challenge.
It'd be a heck of a challenge.
And I think it's a good time for him to do it on a night that KCRP is running, so I can be at KCRP and not put up with him.
I think that you guys do. I think it's the challenge of those is just kind of keeping an eye on all the cars that are going by and so quickly. And there's so many changes that are going on. I think it's truly what I've heard you do it, and Mike Mosier and Steve Hughes. I mean, the ability to sort of track things is really impressive, and it's and to know what's going on technically is important as well.
Well, when we have changes, say if there's a yellow flag and we got 2 cars going to the back that are really good cars, and so you kind of really, it's a business up there. I know I have to watch the leader, but I'm going to keep an eye on these guys and see how far they go up. And then with my partner Brian Smith, if we work out real good, he may be covering the front, and I can go in the middle of the pack or the back and see if there's some good racing action there, and then follow back to the lead if that's where we go with it. So, last year when I started, I didn't know anyone, I didn't know any cars, I didn't know any names. But over the course of last year and this year, you see a car, a color, and you know exactly who it is. But it's a lot of fun. I mean, the Speedway provides us with all the information there. Now they've broken down the heats and the main events, so I don't have to do it myself. And we just up there and just sometimes it works, and there's a rare night that it just doesn't.
Work. Well, I always find it interesting too that when shooting video out there, and I think you find this too, Mike, is that when I first started, I was like just trained kind of on the leaders, And sometimes it just gets, they're out there, a mile ahead of time. So I need this. I'll pull back and I'll go back to see what's going on, where it's tighter. And honestly, that's I've also gleaned that, from just watching a lot of NASCAR over the last 4 years, thanks to Griffith. But you don't want to miss that the real racing stuff that's going on a little bit behind.
Yeah. But the whole time you got to kind of keep an eye on the leader in case something happens up there. Yeah. And sometimes it's tough. Or if a caution comes up and I look in turn 4 because I'm watching turn 2 and the leaders with the action there, and I've got 2 cars up on a wall. I never saw it. But you just have to let that go by, then call that part of the race at that time. You can't get everything. And like I said, so, yeah, you got to have 3 eyeballs.
All right, July 30th, Sport Mods are back with the hobby stocks, the IMCA stocks, hard tops, which are always fun to watch.
I think the IMCA stocks should be renamed to the Michael Johnson stocks.
Yeah.
There you go. And
that's he's
Mike
in Victory Circle every
Mike
week.
Griffith will be there to cover Benny Dwarfs personally.
Of course.
Could
Tom
be.
Mock got loose, got crazy, put out some impressive stuff from the weekend. That's a
Brian
Clark.
Brian Clark winning.
First win for him, first career win. So good win for Mr. Clark.
Yeah. And Rick Childress did, as you can see there, he actually took the point lead away from his boss, Roger Holder. Holder had a rough night. And then Schweitzer now third place, a distance third, but he is in third place. So, Ricky Childress, Gary Dutton pinned the skin back on his car. The car was a wreck a few weeks ago. And so Dutton put the skin back on. It's all black now. It's all different color. And but he had a great night, as you can see, taking over the points lead.
Nice. All right, moving on now. And, again, more great stuff from Tom. And I don't see any product placement in these particular ones. But
there's one right there.
Oh,
there
yeah,
it is.
yeah, there it is, right. Absolutely, okay.
Yeah.
This happens to be putting the advertising sign in a corner.
Right.
Very smart.
Exactly. Yeah, Michael Scruggs, that's his second win this year.
Yeah, you opened the season with the win, I think, and then been a long drought.
Mike Hill had a tough night. He got third place. He fought hard to get third place, but he was nowhere to be found in the front until toward the end. But Michael Scruggs, after battling with Meade and then Roger Welch, he finally got in the lead. He pulled away, so win number 2 for Michael Scruggs.
It's amazing these guys, going back to that result there real quick, Chris, is that all these guys, we've called these guys names every week, and it's like Mike Hill Jr., he's always kind of there in the hunt. Aaron Stewart's there. Chris Settlemeyer's there. And it's, again, it just talks about the parity of this division, the hobby stocks. So
that's one of the reasons I like it so much. But we went for a stint there where we didn't have any repeat winners.
Yeah.
And now
and it gets tough, especially on the points earned average, where you have to start 10th or 12th if you're the points leader. So,
and that's a good thing, Mike. I like the fact that your points leader, he's in the middle of the pack to start, so he really has to move up, do a smart race, to either win or get more points to stay in the points lead instead of being on the, even inverting 4. I mean, he's second row back.
So they invert a lot. They invert a lot based on points. So the top 10, if you're second in points, you're starting in the back too. So if you're 10th or 11th, you're starting up front.
Yeah, it's really good.
All right, moving on to our next class. These are the why am I blanking all of a sudden? These are the
Mod Lights.
Right? Mod Lights Racing, and I think we had a new winner in the Mod Lights here.
We did. First, Zach Forster brought his new car out. He's got the cast off his arm. We had that rollover. She was fine. And so I believe it was Brock Thompson that won that. Anyway, his first win.
Jeff
Thompson. There we go.
Jeff Thompson, his first win. Finally got an oldster rather than a youngster.
Yeah, Jerry Flippo, he fought hard to get to third, but he never could get around Zach. Then Zach never could catch Jeff. So what we thought was going to be the Zach Forster, Jerry Flippo show turned out to be the Jeff Thompson show with Forster and Flippo second and third.
And Balcazar right there, and Roy Maynard Jr. Just a very fun group of racers there in that Mod Lights class. Moving on now. Mini Dwarf action. We'll get through these. We got 2 sets of results to get to. There's your winners. And in Bailey Thompson, in the senior mini dwarf, beating Kiersey Young. Yeah. That's a good win for Bailey.
Yeah.
Good win. And that's another tough thing to win in that senior mini dwarf division. Very competitive. Jet Yantis is winning quite a few of these junior mini dwarfs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool with the win over Cole Forster and Mason Ratcliffe there in that junior mini dwarf. That's a good group of young guys that are racing. All right, moving on now. This is our enduro. Yeah, so they had some fun, huh?
Oh, it was so much fun. Even though we had 6 cars, I know we'll have more. The leader eventually lost his right rear tire. So what that did is the rim was digging into the ground, and it had actually better steering control.
Oh, really?
It was kind of amazing, but like I said, the track was just mired in mud, and we all had a good time. And you can see the winner. Rob Hanna, was it Lawler the one?
That's what I got. Robert Lawler. I don't know. Randy Hanna. Might be wrong in those results.
Well, I've slept since then, so we'll leave it at that. But again, one of the nice things about this is their sponsor guarantees a decent payout for the winner.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll get some of our mini stocks in the September race.
All right, great stuff. Thank you so much for joining us. That's old stuff. You can get rid of that, Chris. Back to racing this weekend and the 30th. Get out there, get to Bakersfield Speedway. Remember, camping and parking are
free.
There you go. All right. Thank you, David Sullivan. We'll talk to you soon here on the Power Hour.
You're welcome.
All right, we'll be right back with the latest from Auto Club Formosa Raceway coming up next year.